Wow, what a show! Better than last week. I'm just gonna start and say that. We'll get into some news. Not really any news, really. There's rumors going around that obviously they brought in Jeff Jarrett. Obviously Dutch Mantel. They've been there for a couple weeks now, but now there's rumors circulating that Scott D'Amore's back as well. And damn, if Jeff Jarrett ain't getting the band back together, that is some good news. Because let's be honest, when they were all three running things, creative and such, that was when TNA was at its best, to be honest. So I am looking forward to that. Unless you think TNA was at its best when they had Hulk Hogan. Some stuff was good then, but I really think 2004, 2006, or 2007 was the best for, I'd say 2008 too, were really the best for TNA, so, hey, I don't know, no really any other news besides that this week, so let's go ahead and get into the show. Besides the Hardys being in Mexico, we had a hell of a main event. And a hell of a twist and turn. Let's go ahead and get into that. It's fresh on my mind, and it's completely nuts. Okay, so Bobby Lashley and Eddie Edwards, they're building it up quite nicely throughout the show. Showing, it's the last fight. They're showing promos between the two. Their matches so far throughout 2016, 2017, and we get to the match, and it's going pretty well. So Lashley, after a Dominator, goes out and gets the world title belt and acts like he tries to go use it, and Davey takes the belt. I'm like, okay, yeah, Davey. And then I thought to myself, is this the time he's going to turn? Because we all know it's going to happen. He does. It takes him though. Lashley throws Eddie out to the outside. Eddie, though, comes through with a suicide dive. Then freaking Lashley holds on him with a belly-to-belly suplex, which I thought was pretty cool. Get back into the ring, and damn it, if Davey don't turn. The way it happened. Fucking Angelina Love attacks Eddie's wife or whatever on the outside. They were sitting on the ringside area, on the crowd, and Lashley turns around and hits a spear on Eddie after he gets distracted and gets the win. Then Davey Richards fucking chokes Eddie out with a belt. Angelina Love throws Eddie's wife into the ring and chokes her out as well, or pulls on her hair or something. And they both get up and just start French kissing in the ring, like whatever. It was shocking the way they did it. I knew they were going to do it, but I really liked the way they pulled it out. The execution of this was nice. I did enjoy it. This was pretty good. Yeah. Fucking I'm wearing a Wolves t-shirt. Why not them, quit being a tag team when I got the Wolves t-shirt. Yeah. It's gonna happen, but that was a good match. Good main event. Good ending to the show, so we start a little bit backwards, like TNA did last week. We're gonna get into the first match now after that. Damn. Forgot the first match. Great job. Okay, I'll be back in a second. This is what happens when you don't take notes. I remember now. The DCC are set to kick off the show. And I'm going to say, I'm loving the DCC. Last couple weeks of 2016, they really didn't do much. They were taking a lot of L's, and then they got really humiliated at Apocalyptico. They come back and they take out Decay. They have decent rivalry with Decay. The match they had last week was pretty good in the ending of that feud, and they go out in the last week's show and take out everybody. So they're out and said they're in the business to kick ass or whatever. And here comes Tyrus and Eli Drake. Eli Drake still not talking. Damn it, he needs to talk. But Tyrus basically says 3-on-2 handicap match, and Eli is like, no, 2-on-2. That's pretty good. That was pretty funny, but Tyrus is going around saying what he knows about Bram and James Storm, and he gets up to Eddie Kingston and he's like, wait, who are you? Are you my mini-me? And then goes off and says something about his dad, and does he owe him child support? I was like, what? Kind of chuckled, but I was like, didn't really hit with me there. So, and the match started decent. What the best part of this match was, So James Storm is trying to back down from Tyrus, and he's like, okay, hold on. And does the fucking Brodus Clay dance with the arms like a fucking dinosaur. And Tyrus starts doing it, and fucking Pope's like, oh, you don't want to go there. I said Brodus Clay because it's fucking Tyrus now. After that, it got me confused. Tyrus turns around and fucking hits him with a clothesline. Later on in the match, though, James Storm does end up hitting the super kick after Eli Drake leaves the match, and the DCC pick up another victory. I hope this goes forward with them winning a title to really solidify them as a big stable in TNA. So, and like I said, I love everything about them. They got the right music. I think they got the right superstars for the stable, and I like it. So, that's pretty damn good right there. We're going to go to the Aaron Rex and fucking Spud. So, they're on the outside. Well, they come in the inside, and Spud is singing Aaron Rex to the ring like, I'm not going to do it, but you know what I'm saying. It was pretty funny. I did like that. So, the match goes with him and Robbie E. That was probably the weak part of the show for me. Just because it really didn't. It kind of ended the feud. I don't think they're going to continue on with this. Maybe they will. And maybe probably he can do something because he's one of my favorites in TNA. I don't know. People's like, why would he be one of your favorites? He just is. I don't know why. He loses. Yeah. Aaron Rex uses the rings. And what got me noticing, and remember a couple months ago, he started using those rings during the Grand Championship matches, and he's bringing them back into this. So I like how he tied that all in. I've not noticed that since he started using this gimmick, and he did, and he tied it all in, and you know, was starting to make some sort of sense. That's how he gets the victory. So I do just still like. I think it's funny. Some stuff the Aaron Rex gimmick does, I think I like it. It's funny. I don't know what else more to think about it. But when he's ducking fucking punches and going out to the ring, hold on, stop. It was all pretty good there. So, and this gimmick fits Aaron Rex for sure. I really do think that it's a good one for him. So, Brandy Rhodes, we're gonna go ahead. Brandy Rhodes is out. She got the nice promo and basically calls out Rosemary. Says you want to throw the hands. I'm like, okay, shit. Why would you want to do that? Calls out Rosemary. Rosemary's out, and you know she's always creepy as hell with the promos, and they're always pretty damn good. They go after and fucking sleeper hold on Brandy, and then Abyss and Crazy Steve are about to start attacking, and here comes Moose, and clears the ring, and basically sets up after the break. They come back, and Moose and Brandy are in the back talking about how next week intergender mixed tag team match or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I'm down with that. Moose and Brandy versus Rosemary and whoever she picks. Probably Abyss because you know Moose is pretty damn big. So at first I was hoping Cody would come out, but I'm fine with the Moose thing. Gets him away from the Drew Galloway rivalry for a bit, so I'm all right with this. Hopefully we get Cody Rhodes soon. I haven't seen him in quite some time on Impact, so it'd be nice to have him back on Impact again. Braxton Sutter. Maria comes up and Braxton Sutter's, you know, like, it's a happy day, you know, make it great for Laurel, because, you know, he has to fucking propose. We still don't know why he has to propose, but, fuck, he has to propose to Laurel. Damn. We actually saw Allie at this part in the beginning of that little thing I just said. So Mike Bennett later on comes out and talks about how happy it is once you get married, they'll be like brother-in-laws or like brothers or whatever. And what was funny was Braxton was like, okay, I know what I need to do. I'm going to make this right. And he starts going later on the show, goes to Laurel and like, okay, you know what, now this is what happens, and he drops something, he goes down to pick it up, and Laurel's like, oh yes, I'll marry you, because he gets down on one knee to do it. And before he can even say anything, she's already said they're getting married. So this is going to be interesting. I'm ready to see what happens at the wedding or whatever. This should be an interesting. The storyline, even though it was stale for one point, it's getting back up and catching steam with the added Braxton Sutter and Laurel to the storyline of this. So, freaking Drew Galloway versus Mahabali Shira. it was decent. The ending of the first round, really when it started to pick up, Muhammad Shirai hits a sky high after the bell rings for the end of the first round. And, Gal was like, you can't count that. It didn't count. But somehow they still decided to give the rounds to Muhammad Shirai. Do not like the ranking system. That needs to be tweaked, because it's always 9 to 10. Fucking tweak that or something. But Drew Galloway comes out of there just fucking destroying him with the chops, hits the Claymore in the Future Shock or whatever, and gets the win. God. Drew Galloway. Alright, I'm loving him as the fucking grand champion. He's doing a really good job for the division. Can't say much more about it because we've had decent champions. We've had Aaron Rex was the first one, not so great of a title run. I thought it was going to be good, but that division didn't fit him. What he's doing now is fucking perfect. So, Moose, hell of a champion. He had a good run, but really was setting up and waiting for Drew Galloway to come back. And Drew Galloway has a title and is defending it every week and making it mean something with the crazy, great promos he's cutting. So, that's good. That was basically it for the matches on the show when you think about it. Not many matches, but hey, I'm alright with it because we got Matt Hardy. Well, no, we'll save Matt Hardy for the end. We'll save the Matt Hardy stuff for the end because, God, it was fucking great. So it was Trevor Lee, your new X Division champion, Shane Helms, and Andrew Everett. And, Trevor Lee, he's the new crown jewel of the X Division. And Helms talking about how there's a weak link. And I'm like, okay, it's probably going to be Everett here. Because obviously Trevor Lee is the championship. Why would Trevor Lee be the weak link? And basically Andrew Everett grabs the mic from him. He knows what's about to happen. Grabs the mic from him and cuts a nice rumble. He has never talked since he started in TNA. And it's been like 2 years now. So, yeah. Glad that happened. And he was pretty good on the mic. Since it's the first time we've seen him cut a promo here on TNA Impact. And I'm glad. Sets up a nice feud between the two. And we're actually getting a storyline in the X Division. That's what I want. Until 2016, there was really no storylines. I think the one big one was the Mike Bennett one trying to win his way to Option C. And then Bobby Lashley getting the X Division Championship. That was really the only storylines we got. And now this one hopefully turns into a pretty decent storyline between the two of them. And now that Jeff Jarrett's from rumors, gaining control and probably going to be calling the shots, I'm hoping he brings the X Division back to its glory. And earlier I said there was no other news. There is more news. The Pro Wrestling Noah and TNA have set a deal to work together. I think this is good for both companies. Obviously, Noah, from what I've read, is under new ownership, and so is Impact. So they're both trying to start fresh. Great way to maybe get some new faces on Impact and some faces from Impact over on Noah. And I think I'm interested to see what happens between the two. Maybe it helps them out. That's what we're all hoping for. So Matt Hardy and all the gang basically is walking to start the show, and Maxwell is eating some crackers. Guys, this was fucking funny. And he's like, no, don't do that. We need the protein. And Jeff Hardy's like, whoa, now he is undefeated. Yes. Team Maxwell, breakout star. He's going to stay undefeated in fucking 2017. I mean, let's be honest here. He will be. He's the best. I fucking loved it. So they make, after another backstage segment where Rebby's like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if we should be trusting 7 deities. Matt Hardy reassures her. They've never set Matt Hardy wrong or whatever. So Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy in the ring, and they've got this setup, this podium, and something covering it or whatever. They take it off. It's fucking Vanguard 1. The crowd goes nuts for Vanguard 1. Yeah, like I said, the crowd was pretty good tonight. Other than the Robbie E match, which they were kind of silent on for some reason. They were good. In this part of the show, they were insanely good. Gotta give it to them for that. Hard to do something with the Impact crowd, but they said they're going to teleport on their expedition of gold. Now, if you follow Matt Hardy on Twitter, you know what this is about. And I'm not seeing any matches out of it, so I'm like, okay, this should be good. I didn't know where they were going to first. They fucking teleported, right? They said they touched the fucking... They touched Vanguard 1, saying they can go to the Honorable Ring or Vince McMahon's outfit or whatever. And the crowd just fucking delete for the WWE one. I thought was pretty funny. Which I'm pretty sure all WWE fans want Matt Hardy back in WWE. I just think he should stay where he's at. Let's get into that at another time, I guess. So they teleport. The fucking screen goes crazy. And it's like blurring in and out. And fucking Hardys are in Mexico. And they're walking around. And all the fans are chanting delete. And Matt Hardy's like, take me to the world champions of Mexico. Fucking what the fuck. I died. That was pretty good. So what it turns out is next week, the fucking Hardys face Psychosis and fucking Super Crazy with Conan. What? This should be in. I cannot wait for this. This is gonna be good. I have a feeling that what the Hardys are gonna do now is gonna keep people guessing, because for last couple of weeks everybody's been saying, "Oh, this Hardy thing is getting stale." Well, they've picked it right back up, and it's gonna pick up good. I've got to say. So that's pretty much it for this review. Let me know what your thoughts are on the show in general. I thought it was better than last week's. Honestly, no real holes for me in this episode. There wasn't. And that's a good thing. Last week was not that great. This week was way better, and I'm glad it was. So, that's what it's kind of been doing since 2017. You got really one good episode, back to a really good episode. And then last week was not so good. This one was better. So, if it stays that way, I'm alright with it. So, with that being said, make sure to like button, subscribe if you're new, and let me know your thoughts on the show down in the comments below. And next week is the Expedition for Gold.